Raised as a farm boy in Brighton, Colorado, Stan Dreyer was exposed to cooperatives at an early age. His father, Frank Dreyer, was an active cooperator with the Consumers Cooperative Association, now Farmland Industries. Through his father's influence, Stan attended youth and family co-op camps sponsored by the association, and his first job was in the co-op supermarket in Brighton. Stan was active in his local 4-H club and attended the National Institute on Cooperative Education in 1942 for the first time. He participated in the American Institute of Cooperation's first youth panel in 1948 and chaired its youth section the very next year. At the University of Colorado, he majored in economics, studying cooperative finances and member relations. By his sophomore year, he had already decided to make his career in cooperatives. And, after earning a master's degree and an Outstanding Citizen Award from the university, he has done just that. Stan married Sharon in a ceremony in 1969. A year and a half later, their daughter Beth was born, followed by Stephen's birth in 1972. Even Stan's dedication to co-ops couldn't keep him from spending much of his time with his two children. After his studies, Stan joined the staff of the St. Paul Bank for Cooperatives, starting out as a credit analyst and moving up to assistant vice president. While at the St. Paul Bank, Stan paid his own way to attend the first Inter-American Conference on Cooperatives in Colombia in 1961. There he met Jerry Voorhees, president of CLUSA. Having been impressed by Stan's professionalism, knowledge, and accomplishments, Voorhees hired Stan to be CLUSA's assistant executive director in 1962. 5 years later, Stan succeeded Voorhees as president of CLUSA. The two worked closely for 2 years in order to assure a smooth transition. In this role, Stan's accomplishments were many. He instituted yearly national legislative conferences of all co-op sectors, facilitated many inter-cooperative programs, and was founder of the Cooperative Hall of Fame. During his 11-year tenure, Stan expanded CLUSA's international development efforts substantially. His work, along with fellow Hall of Famer Ali Felder, made a tremendous difference, especially in India. So much so that Stan met Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, who expressed her country's appreciation of CLUSA's work. Low-income groups in the United States were also a priority to Stan. In his first year as president, he called together many groups to share their experiences and gain support for co-op development in low-income areas. One such initiative helped create the Federation of Southern Cooperatives. In 1972, he suggested to the CLUSA Congress that the 70s be designated the Cooperative Development Decade, and they were. One of the primary recommendations stemming from this Congress was the creation of a national cooperative bank to close the gap in co-op financing. After much study, CLUSA took charge, with Stan in the lead of the lobbying efforts to get legislation to allow for the bank. Stan was coordinator of this 4-year effort and put together a diverse group of co-ops and public interest groups to support it, including consumer advocate Ralph Nader. His efforts were certainly a great asset. In 1978, after much hard work, cooperators gathered at the White House to celebrate the signing of the bank bill into law by President Carter. By then, Stan had resigned from CLUSA and was acting as a consultant to the U.S. Treasury Department concerning the organization of the bank and formulating its credit policies. In 1980, he joined the bank, where he is a senior officer. Stan also serves as the unofficial co-op historian at the bank. Each new employee meets with Stan and takes a co-op quiz to learn more about cooperatives. Many have learned that whenever there is a co-op-related question, Stan is a knowledgeable resource to tap into. And, although it seems that Stan has been on the co-op scene forever, he insists that his career has spanned only 4 or 5 decades, and indications otherwise are merely an illusion. In addition to his work at NCB, Stan has long been an active supporter of the Cooperative Development Foundation, whether through serving on its board of directors, chairing a committee, or running in the race for cooperative development. He has also served on the board of many organizations, including the National Society of Accountants for Cooperatives and the International Franchise Association. Stan Dreyer has not only lived and breathed cooperatives for over a half a century himself, but has also breathed cooperative life into many individuals and co-ops throughout the world. His leadership qualities have inspired, motivated, and persuaded many to advance the cooperative system. His support of co-op development is untiring, and he serves as a role model to many. We are honored to salute him here tonight.